Hey, I'm Erin. This is a short video showing you how to put a very curved Costail into one of my Costail covers. So you may want to watch one of my other Costail cover videos just to get a rough idea of how the Costail goes into the covers. And the most helpful one for this is going to be the fleece Costail cover, and I'll put a link to that down in the description. So the main issue with putting a curved Costail into the cover is that the intersection that keeps the stuffing and the Costail separate can bunch up more than it would on a straight tail, meaning you find it gets stuck up to like 5 inches from the top. So to remedy this, what you need to do is you need to pull some of that inner layer out before you start putting the Costail into the cover, and you need to hold that taut while you thread the Costail through, and that just ensures that you won't have it bunching up at the end and that you'll have enough to get the whole Costail into the cover. So I like to do this on the ground, as with most of my other Costail covers, but with this I like to put the cover in the Costail sideways so that it can lay in the position that it wants to be. So to start off with, you want to grab the tail by its tip and try and move as much of the stuffing away from the tip of the tail as possible, and that's because at this area, especially if you have a very tapered tail, there isn't actually enough space for the Costail and the stuffing at the end, but in storage, when there isn't a Costail in there, the stuffing will move there. So to make this a lot easier, you just want to make sure that as much of the stuffing as possible is at the top of the tail cover. You then want to grab onto the inner section and pull some of that out of the entrance, and you want to hold that taut. Then what you can do is you can start threading your Costail through, making sure that the segments aren't butting up against the hard base at the top, and that you're not pushing too hard on it because you don't want to pop the wire out of the end. Now if you do pop the wire out, then you just want to take the tail out, fix it, and just try again. And it might take a little bit of practice to get used to this, but it's better to spend the time to practice and to get it right when it first goes in than to try and fix it if you've put it in wrong. If you're finding that the Costail is getting stuck as you're threading it through, then it may be hitting up against the side or a part of the cover which is curving in a way that's different to the end of the Costail's curve. So you can just shape the cover on the ground just to allow the Costail to pass through more evenly. Now once you reach the electronics box at the top, then you should be safe to let go of the fabric that you've been holding taut and push it the rest of the way through. Now before you get it all the way through, you want to attach the harness to your Costail and then pull it up and fasten the straps. When you're finished, it's super easy to remove the cover from the Costail. You just need to push it a little bit off the top and you can remove the harness then. Then you can grab the top of the Costail with one hand and the tip of the Costail cover in the other, and you should be able to just pull them free. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, then feel free to contact me on Etsy or write them down below and I will do my best to help.